Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here bringing another nerdy video. We are continuing some of our Dragon Age The Veilguard playthrough. I on my return back to where I initially picked up this quest, we've encountered... Hold on, we just got a new thing for her. There we go. It is a lot better than what she was currently wielding. We heard the continuation of Nave and Lucarius. Lucanus conversation. He explained how some of his contracts have been in the past not so cut and dry. Like, for example, he killed his target, but then a demon immediately possesses the body. And he's like, yeah, let's try explaining that to the person who hired you. So he had to then re-kill the person. And then there was a whole situation where someone was impersonating his contract. So then he had to renegotiate about, like, who exactly the contract was for. So, like, and then Nave comments like, oh, so it's not so cut and dry. And then he was just like, well, they all... In the end, they're all dead. Now we have a few enemies bunched up in my face, so we're just gonna start a combo.
More of the same. Rotate's credit there.
Say the word.
Okay, so Signs and Portents is actually the name of when you don't take a quest, when you don't have an active quest. Interesting. There we go. Now, from what I can tell, we're going towards some of the more upper areas of Mindratus. Like, again, like right there, like magic just being used so flippantly. Like there, God.
People are still getting over demons.
And again, like, I don't think this is all due to, you know, the circle being disbanded. I think that, like, this is just, like, everyday stuff for, what's it called?
I came down here to procure
Miraculous, because again, they had legal magic for so long. We can boost thing. We have an upgrade here.
Come to buy? I'm sure we can strike a deal.
Oh, that's really good. Yes. Then we have some cosmetic stuff. Some decor. Again, it's important to boost. There we go.
Okay, is that all? Look around and you'll find something. We've got, I don't know, something you might need.
And we have some similar stuff here.
See something you like? We have bits of everything. My aunt gets the merchandise in.
This is what I currently have equipped. Sure. Because even though they're a +3, it's best to get them upgraded.
You're an interesting customer.
All right. You asked what I do when I finish a job. What about you? How does the infamous Crow celebrate a finished contract? Moody contemplation? The finest wine in crystal glasses at your villa?
I prefer my moody contemplation with a good Antivan coffee. Otherwise, yes, you must find that pretentious.
I find it honest.
There! Kill them!
Got us at range. Watch it. Nice shot, Lucan, isn't it?
Yeah, that pretty much finishes the movie. Like, because of the upgrades we've done to that ability, like it is extremely powerful when we trigger them. Like yes, absolutely yes. I've been hurting for mana generation.
A candelab. They carry messages through the city. Is this for us? Strange. It wants us to find more.
Now, again, I'm not a big fan of these outfits, so I'm just going to reapply the appearance. There we go. Now, the thing is, I've switched back over to light gear, light helmet, so... Oh, that increases my max mana. Yeah, let's actually re-equip that. Because these abilities are quite costly to use in terms of mana.
Rumored resistance group up front.
Alright.
Did the Magisterium explain why?
I am Jowen Glastrom, First Warden and Supreme Commander of Weishaupt. I received word of your team's request for Grey Warden assistance after an incursion of the Blight at Demeter's Crossing. How does a Morn Watcher come to be involved with the Blight in Arlathan? And not just any Watcher, but a controversial figure after what you pulled during that undead rebellion.
My decisions regarding our noble dead are hardly relevant here.
Very well. Then I'd like to hear how a Navaran necromancer unleashed the Blight.
I was stopping an elven god from bringing down the Veil and destroying the world.
An elven god?
then Harel, the Dreadwolf. He goes by Solus. He's got a lot of names.
I did not come here to listen to fairy tales. I am here because of the Blight.
Right, but it all ties together. See, when we disrupted the ritual, Solus got trapped in the Fade. But two of the Elven gods got out. Elgranon and Gillenane, we think. And they're blighted.
Why would elven gods be blighted?
The ancient Elven gods used the Blight. That's why Solus imprisoned them. The point is that the gods are making the Blight worse. Demeter's Crossing was just the start. That's why we need the Grey Wardens.
I suspected more politicking from the remnants of the Inquisition. I see now that I was wrong.
I'm really glad to hear that.
It is clear that whatever you did to unleash the Blight has corrupted your already weak mind.
Okay, wait.
You will be taken to Weishaupt and placed under heavy guard until the danger you caused by unleashing the Blight passes.
That's not gonna happen.
I assure you, it will.
We don't have time to fight. I need Grey Wardens marching with me, not at me. That's the only way we have a chance to stop the gods and the Blight.
Let me tell you something about the Blight. It is evil, it is implacable, and above all, it is predictable. The Blight has not changed in over 1,000 years. The Grey Wardens will defeat it, as they always do. And we will do so without you causing confusion with your deranged conspiracy theories. I suggest you come along quietly.
Adamant Fortress 941, Dragon. The Grey Wardens attempted to raise an army of demons. Hardly the models of good judgment yourselves, are you?
Everyone knows Warden Commander Clarel acted alone at Adamant Fortress.
Acted alone, you say? Imagine if everyone were to see the letter I discovered where you authorize her actions. I wonder how that might complicate the narrative.
Are you prepared to risk the security of the Grey Wardens for this deluded boy?
You may be surprised to learn that I care very little about the security of the Grey Wardens.
Stay away from the Blight, and do not pester the Grey Wardens with any more of your nonsense.
He seems upset. Was it something I said?
Whew, that was close. Wasn't looking forward to being dragged off to a Grey Warden dungeon. Who should I be thanking for the assist?
Magister Dorian Parvis, at your service. A mutual friend thought you might require some support.
Maevaris Talani? Of the Shadow Dragons?
The very same.
What's your relation to the Shadow Dragons?
About a decade ago, Maevaris and I started a political faction called the Lucerni. We were going to change Tevinter for the better. Everyone would recognize the common sense benefits of our approach, and we'd all live happily ever after.
I take it that didn't happen?
Maevaris was framed, kicked out of the Magisterium, and the Lucerni were dissolved. So she took the movement underground.
The Shadow Dragons.
Since I still haunt the Magisterium, that makes me the Shadow Dragon's man on the inside.
The First Warden's a problem. If he won't help, I need him to stay out of my way.
I'm sure he'll show up again. Like an ulcer. For now, pay him no mind. No Grey Warden worth the name sits in a Menrathus lounge sipping wine. You need the Wardens? Look for the ones out there fighting the Blight. In the meantime, the Shadow Dragons will keep a close watch on the Venatori. Good luck. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
Only the veil stood between us and a world of blighted darkness. But on this side, the gods could only tap a trickle. They had to turn that trickle into a flood. They sure could have used Solus's dagger to rip open the Fade. But some foolish mortal had taken it. So, they'd have to create a dagger of their own. Drowning the world in blight was just a matter of time.
I need to talk to Varric.
Alright, so we're still in the quest in Peace and Vigilance, so it's not, we're not quite at the end yet. So, which is a bit of a good thing, because that means we had a good bit of combat through my exploring of this part of the city. You saw me upgrading my gear a little bit, and we progressed the quest.
I wasn't expecting to see the surgery.
Alright, so we'll go to the map. We'll rank this up.
There you are. I haven't seen much of you lately. I was getting worried. Everything all right? Wait, that dagger. I've seen it before.
Solus was using it at the ritual site.
No, before that. Shit, it can't be. Look at it, Rook.
Just tell me already.
Remember that story I told you about me and Hawk, Meredith and Orsino? How the trouble started in Kirkwall? On our expedition to the Deep Roads, that's what we found. That's what my brother tried to kill us for. An idol made of red lyrium. That sang a song which drove anyone who heard it mad.
Are you sure it's the same thing?
Oh, look at it. It's changed, but it's the same size. Same ring at the top. Not to mention, it's pure lyrium. No one, not even the dwarves in Orzammar, work pure lyrium like that. It's too dangerous.
If that's true, if this dagger is the red lyrium idol from your story, how did Solus cleanse it of the blight?
I have no idea. I can't believe you found it.
Oh, hey, Rook. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Now, hold on, folks. I want to quickly double check something. Because I'm not getting that vibe. Yeah, no. It does not look like the same at all, folks. Okay. I'm going to bring up the image of the lyrium model, okay? So, open image, new tab. Move this over to here. And then this is the idol when it was reforged as a blade. We're going to have these, okay, put there. And then we are going to then then we're going to get an image of the lyrium dagger. Do I have any better artworks of images of it? Not on the page, no. So we're going to grab this image here, open image, new tab, move it across. Then we're going to switch over to OBS. Okay, so we're going to now screen share. So there we go. Alright, so ignoring this first one. So this is the lyrium idol. We can even see it being in the hands of like I think Varric's brother Bertrand. So there it is. Now, okay, so it definitely has this ring in the back, as we can see. So that is purely factually true. But then over the course of the game, it then takes this shape. So presumably now the cross guard and the hilt. Safe to assume like that. Let's move this over. Alright, where's my mouse icon? There it is. So let's move this over here. And then let's bring back the idle image. So presumably it's the blade. Like the idol forms like the blade section, okay? Completely forms the blade. We have the crossguard, like all that, okay? Like that is a believable transformation because again, Dragon Age 2, there's like years time skips, like in between each act. So the most important comparison would be from this to this. So let's see. I can't rotate this image or anything like. So if we slot that there. See, there was not a lot of lyrium. And again, I understand that we've, over the course of Dragon Age Inquisition, and yeah, it was mostly in Dragon Age Inquisition, and maybe you could argue Dragon Age 2, because we don't see as much red, like again, like with this image and this image, hold I can sort of see the shape, and again, there's not much red lyrium actually here. But then, as we see here, it actually grows, and we do know eventually she will turn into a full-on statue of red lyrium. And so, like, okay, so Dragon Age 2 did demonstrate that lyrium does grow. And it did demonstrate, like, because again, we do see a lot here. Not as much red lyrium here, but we do see a lot more here. So I guess maybe it could have grown a bit more. But yeah, again, like, yeah, the vague shape is there, but there's a lot more lyrium. There wasn't really much of this bit here, but I suppose if you knock off, like, this section and this section, and you encourage delirium to continue growing, like, straight, like, you know, like a gardener, maybe. We don't know the full exact story of how this was made, but okay, so I sort of can see it, but it's still a bit weird.
You seem a little more comfortable with your new abilities. How are you feeling?
Things are weird, but I'm adjusting, I think. That's not what I came in here for, though.
All right, Harding. What's on your mind?
So, the Wardens. I know some. A married couple Varric and I met while we were tracking Solus.
I'd almost forgot about that. I really am getting too old for this shit.
You think they'll talk to us? After the first Warden and everything?
It's worth a try. I can write them and hope.
Okay. Let's see who's in our corner.
Okay,
Normally,
and with
my advice on befriending abominations would be don't. In this case, just keep an eye on him.
alright, now if we open up the map, because again, this was around, it was shortly before this did I make the decision to not continue doing side quests. It was actually a fair bit actually earlier. So, like, yeah, I only did main story missions when I did my rapid fire playthrough. So yeah, that is that quest done. So I'm going to end this video here, folks. I'm the Celtic Nerd, signing now. One name, one sky.